Labour presses Sunak over government transparency. Heated exchange in Parliament draws attention. Tensions rose in the House of Commons this week as Labour MPs pressed Prime Minister Rishi Sunak over questions related to transparency and accountability within his government. The focus was a series of emails tied to recent policy discussions, with Labour arguing that the public deserves more clarity on decision-making processes behind closed doors. The exchange quickly became one of the most talked-about moments of the parliamentary session, with strong reactions from both sides of the aisle. In this report, we unpack what was said, what's at stake, and what it could mean for the broader political landscape. During a scheduled session in Parliament, Labour's Deputy Leader Angela Rayner led a coordinated line of questioning aimed at the government's internal communications regarding recent procurement decisions. Specifically, the focus was on whether all relevant discussions and approvals were properly disclosed and handled through official channels. Rayner referenced internal email correspondence reportedly obtained through formal parliamentary means, suggesting that key decisions were made without sufficient transparency. She challenged Sunak directly, asking whether he would commit to a full disclosure of related communications to Parliament and the public. Openness builds trust, Rayner said. Can the Prime Minister assure this House that his government is not sidestepping the rules on transparency? Prime Minister Sunak responded by defending his government's practices, stating that all procedures have been followed appropriately and that any suggestions of impropriety were without foundation. He acknowledged that while internal communications are common in government, formal decisions are made in accordance with legal and ethical standards. We are proud of our record on transparency, Sunak said. Everything we do is guided by clear protocols and oversight mechanisms. Sunak also criticized what he described as a political stunt, suggesting Labour was more interested in headlines than facts. However, he stopped short of commenting directly on the specifics of the emails cited by the opposition. The debate comes amid growing calls from MPs and public watchdogs for greater transparency in how the government makes high-impact decisions, especially around public spending, emergency contracts, and ministerial discussions. Although no wrongdoing has been officially confirmed, Labour's approach appears to be centered on public perception, raising questions about accountability in order to build a narrative of contrast ahead of the next general election. Observers note that this isn't about one email or one decision, but rather about the perception of openness in public institutions. The fact that Labour is pursuing this in such a public forum suggests they believe it resonates with voters who are increasingly wary of behind-closed-doors politics. Inside Parliament, reactions to the exchange were swift. Labour MPs showed strong support for Rayner's line of questioning, viewing it as a necessary challenge to what they see as an overly secretive administration. Conservative MPs, on the other hand, dismissed the claims as political theatre. Several Tories argued that the government had been more transparent than its critics acknowledged and accused Labour of attempting to generate controversy where none existed. In the media, the event received widespread coverage, with some outlets praising the opposition for pushing for clarity, while others questioned whether any actual new information was being presented. Political analysts were divided. Some viewed the moment as a strategic win for Labour, a way to raise concerns without needing concrete proof of wrongdoing. Others felt it was unlikely to shift public opinion unless more substantive details emerge. In the aftermath of the session, several MPs have called for the relevant communications to be reviewed by a parliamentary committee. While no formal investigation has been announced, pressure may continue to build if further documents come to light or if public interest grows. Transparency advocates have also weighed in, calling for clearer rules about how government correspondence is stored, shared, and disclosed. They argue that whether or not any rule was broken, public confidence requires clearer communication from all political leaders. Sunak's government now faces a decision, whether to release more documentation to put the issue to rest or to maintain its stance that no wrongdoing occurred and no further action is needed. At the heart of this debate is a larger issue: trust. In a time when voters are asking tough questions about integrity, leadership, and transparency, even procedural details can carry significant political weight. So what's your view? Was this a necessary moment of accountability in Parliament? Or political point scoring without substance? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you want more clear, fact-based updates on UK politics without the spin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Thanks for watching and stay informed.